Just start.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Start somewhere. Start now. It's not going to be perfect. It's probably going to be a little ugly, unpolished, going to make mistakes, and you're going to learn from those mistakes. But you got to start somewhere. Just start.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up.
So the 22, 23-year-old version of myself knew that one day I wanted to be a blogger, I wanted to be an author, and I wanted to be a part of the conversation that people were having about faith and about God, about society, how to reach people, and so I knew that this is something I wanted to pursue. However, I did not have an audience. I did not have anybody telling me that this is a great idea I should pursue. But I had an idea one day. I thought, you know what? If this is the direction I'm going, and this is the person I want to become, when do I begin? When do I start? When do I put myself out there for the first time and give this a shot? And like most of us, I felt like, okay, I got to get famous for whatever, and then I'll have this built-in credibility and audience, and then I could start creating content, creating blogs and talking and getting invited to go speak places. But what I didn't understand is that my waiting and my praying and my being faithful for God to open a door for me, it was all just fear. It was all just me avoiding that initial opportunity to be rejected, laughed at, and scorned. And so I remember my first blog. I started this blog, and it was like, you know what? One day, I'm going to be an author. I'm going to write books. I'm going to write all this stuff. So I want to practice becoming that person, you know? I want to put some intentional, I'm going to try. I'm going to do something to become that person. And for me, the first steps were blogging. It was to start that blog. Now, people were friendly and real nice and encouraging, but even if nobody wanted to read the blog, it really wasn't about that. It was about me starting the process of becoming the person that I know I want to be. Was it because I had this incredible, immaculate, perfect, website and presence, and I had all my, SEO and thumbnail and just knew everything about blogging? No. Is it because one day I just said, you know what? One day I'm going to be good at this, and I got to start somewhere, and I just did it? Yes. You got to start somewhere. Since then, over the years, I've written many blogs, deleted a bunch of blogs, wrote some great blogs, wrote some terrible blogs, wrote some blogs that a lot of people liked, wrote some blogs that no one liked. And it just really doesn't feel like that huge of a deal anymore, but I remember in the beginning how big of a deal it felt. So now I think about myself at this church. I've got an amazing job. This is a youth pastor, young adult pastor, just dream job, really. It's incredible, but you know how I wound up with this job? I mean, God, obviously, and an interview process and all that stuff, but the pastor here, guess what he stumbled across while he was researching me? He found that website I made. He found that blog I made. He really vibed with it, and I think it made me stand out because all of a sudden, I'm a candidate that's invested in himself and invested in his message and invested in his future. I could say a lot of the reason that I'm here in this season was because in 2013 and 14, I stepped out and I started. And I also want to remember every encourager in my life that said, you know what, man, I believe in you, go for it. Just do it. Just try, And with all the negative voices that you and I hear all the time, it's so important to find those positive, encouraging voices and just let that fuel you and push you forward. If you got 100 people negative and competing and, just whatever, and you got 1 or 2 people that are just saying, man, do it, start, go. It's like these people give you the push you need to just go and jump in, and you don't need many. You don't need many of those voices in your life. So if you have a couple of them, maybe one, just hold on to it and just put weight in it. You got to care about what that voice says way more than the other voices. So to sum all of this up today, I just want to beg you, just start, just do it. Even if it's a total flop and a total failure, I promise you will learn so much more than any negative person could ever take away from you. Just start, just do it. I don't know how many people I've heard that have incredible, great ideas, and for whatever reason they stop. They don't go for it. They don't make the jump. And I'm like, just do it. You'll figure out the details as you're going, but you got to make the jump. You got to go for it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you back here tomorrow.